how to do a double exposure effect in After Effects. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to create a new project, and then we're going to create a new composition. I always call my first composition my main composition. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Next thing we want to do is pull in some files. So I have stuff saved into my Creative Cloud folder. I recommend saving everything in one folder in your Creative Cloud sync folder. So I'm going to call it, I called mine double exposure. I'm going to go in, I'm going to find some clips that I want to use. So I'm going to find, I need a green screen clip. I'm going to go ahead and pull that into my project folder up here. And then I'm also looking for some background video footage. So this one looks good. We got some waves. I'll pull those in, and I'll pull some trees in here. Right. So the first thing is we're going to double click on our main comp here, and we're going to pull in that green screen footage of yourself or somebody. You can go ahead and rescale this up. So if you want to crop, if I hold down Shift, it'll allow it so it will not become disproportionate, and stretch. I'm going to go and pull that in, and then we want to key out this green screen. So I'm going to go up here to my effects and presets on the right side, and I'm going to go and I'm going to search Keylight. This Keylight 1.2 is how we get rid of green screen on a clip. So I'm going to go over here now to my left, my effect controls. I'm going to click the color eyedropper, and I'm going to get that green screen footage out. You can see there's a little bit of leftover color and stuff left in there. So what I'm going to do now is go and kind of play around with maybe my gain, my screen balance, and just try to get that out of there. Another way we can do this is go into screen matte and clip our black, and that looks pretty good. I want to try to not remove my face though, so that looks pretty good. I'm fairly happy with that. So next thing we want to do is we're going to go back here, and I want to switch up. You can see I'm going to this arrow. I'm going to go to my project folder, and we want to bring down a clip. Actually, before we bring down that clip, we're going to create a solid background. So I'm going to go ahead down to my timeline. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to new and solid. Here I can go in and select a colored background for my clip. Okay, so let's kind of do like maybe a weird kind of funky green. Hit OK. Now this, put it up on top. I'm going to go ahead and drag it and put it below. If I want to retitle anything, I'm going to click on a clip. I'm going to hit enter, and then this is going to be like my green screen. So I'll title that. We'll just call this one background solid. All right. And next thing I'm going to do is say I wanted to change this color. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to go up to layer and solid settings. So maybe I'm like, oh, I don't like the green. Oh, I want to go with maybe something a little bit more yellowish. Okay. I'm going to hit OK then. Next thing is I'm going to go up to my effects again. I'm going to type in, I'm going to hit OK, type in vignette. So VIGN. CC vignette is what I'm looking for. I'm going to put that on my solid background. You can see this kind of incorporates this little highlight point, and I can mess with the intensity. I can mess with the pin light of it. So it has a little bit of like a hazy background. So you can go ahead and mess with any of those settings to intensify or take that away a little bit. Next thing, we want to go back to our project folder here. Again, either here or you can see the tab. And I want to pull down something for my background. This is going to be the thing that I'm going to put inside of my body. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down. I'm going to put this between my background and my green screen. I'm going to scale this up. Now with this particular clip, you can see that it has some stuff at the beginning that's just like, text. So I'm going to go ahead and clip this or cut this, trim it up to that point. I'm going to go option left bracket, and it just trimmed my clip to that point. And I'm going to slide this over, hold down shift to snap it to the beginning. Now I want to scale this up because there is a little bit of background information or background text. So I want to just crop that out. Oops. All right, looks pretty good. Next thing here, we are going to do something called an alpha track matte. Now, track mattes are right here, but you may not see that. If you go to the bottom left-hand corner, you may only see one of these blue icons being turned on. So we want to make sure the expander collapse, the transfer controls pane is turned on as well. So these first two down there on the bottom left, like that right there. So now I'm going to go up to my industrial footage, and I'm going to say alpha matte green screen. All right, so what this does is it puts this inside of my body. All right, next thing, I'm going to go ahead to my original green screen footage. I'm going to duplicate it. So Command D is duplicate, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. All right, now I want to go ahead and first turn my footage black and white. So there we go, black and white. I'm going to drop that on. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into contrast, brightness and contrast, and just kind of intensify this separation between the lights and darks here. So I'll push my contrast up a little bit, and let's see, looks pretty good. So this is looking pretty good. And what I have now is I've brought my image back so that I can see it, but I have that other video clip functioning below it. Of myself filled with some footage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of mess with my transparency level. So I'm going to go to that green screen footage. I'm going to hit T, which is for opacity, and I'm just going to lower that a little bit so I can see both myself and that video footage. All right, now I don't like the way that this is positioned, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull that. Oops. This one, I don't like where that's at. I'm going to go ahead and move that because I see a little bit of text in there. That looks much better. And now we have this footage filling up myself. From here, we could do something where maybe we even take the original industrial footage and duplicate that. And I'm going to tell this one to not be track matted so we can see it all. And I'm going to go ahead and scale this up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is play around with my blend modes here. So I'm going to change my normal to exclusion and see what I get. So I'm getting some, pretty unique looks. I'm going to turn off all my audio. I have a lot of audio in here that I don't necessarily want. I'll leave this one. And let's go ahead and see. There we go. Looking pretty cool. Okay, now I may not leave my face as visible or my body. And so the next demo is going to go into how to kind of either mask out or mask out and keyframe that change, so that we see ourselves, but maybe not as intensely. So